The movie begins with Nimona narrating the tale of a once peaceful kingdom, disrupted by the arrival of a monstrous threat. The valiant warrior Glorith emerges, driving away the creature and establishing a knightly order to safeguard the realm. However, Nimona warns that vigilance is essential, as threats persist. A millennium later, the kingdom has evolved into a bustling city, poised to honor a new generation of heroes. Among them is Ballister Boldheart, an unlikely candidate without noble lineage, but with a fierce determination to defend his home. Queen Valerian recognizes his potential, despite public skepticism, acknowledging his genuine heroism. Ballister's fellow knight, Ambrosius Goldenloin, supports him wholeheartedly, their relationship extending beyond camaraderie. Conversely, Thaddeus Todd Sureblade, another knight, displays hostility towards Ballister. The director summons all the knights for the ceremony, with Ambrosius being knighted first. As Ballister approaches for his turn, Queen Valerian emphasizes that heroism transcends lineage, sparking hesitant applause from the crowd. However, as Valerian returns Ballister's sword, a hidden mechanism fires a fatal laser beam, tragically killing the queen. Amidst the chaos, Ambrosius severs Ballister's arm, framing him as the assassin and prompting his escape. With a bounty on his head, Ballister retreats into hiding, crafting a makeshift robotic arm. Nimona, intrigued by the unfolding events, offers to join him as his sidekick, assuming him to be a villain. Despite his innocence, Ballister is swiftly apprehended as he endeavors to clear his name. The director confronts Ballister in his cell, accusing him of betraying the queen. Moments later, Nimona arrives and orchestrates Ballister's escape from prison. While Ballister attempts to stealthily exit, Nimona disregards caution, drawing attention from knights, including Ambrosius. Cornered in a closet, Nimona reveals her shape-shifting abilities, transforming into various creatures to aid their escape. Despite their successful evasion, they are now both branded as accomplices. Returning Ballister to his home, Nimona offers her assistance in clearing his name. Ballister, uneasy about her powers, reluctantly agrees, referring to her as a monster, a term Nimona despises. Nonetheless, he relies on her help, and in exchange, she requests to become his official sidekick. Todd and the other knights comb the streets in search of Nimona and Ballister, while Ambrosius harbors suspicions about the unfolding events. As they navigate the subways, they encounter night checkpoints. Nimona devises a ruse, posing as a deranged version of Ballister to create a diversion before they can board a train. During their journey, Ballister attempts to inquire about Nimona's past, but she deflects with a fabricated story involving a wishing well, concluding with a sarcastic remark. Meanwhile, Ambrosius utilizes subway footage to track them down, prompting another pursuit by the knights. The duo stages another distraction, finding themselves in the kingdom's marketplace. Ballister seeks refuge in a car while Nimona transforms into a sinister child to capture a squire named Diego. As the knights close in, Nimona stashes Diego in the car's trunk, and Ballister is forced to pilot the vehicle away, evading a barrage of arrows until they are ultimately forced to land. Ballister pauses to assist Nimona in removing an arrow from her leg and inquires about the pain of shape-shifting. Nimona responds that it hurts less when she transforms. Upon Diego's awakening, they question him, and he produces his phone, disclosing his presence in the armory where he was tampering with Ballister's armor before needing to conceal himself. Diego's revelation exposes the director's deceit in substituting Ballister's sword with the one used to slay Valerian. Shocked by the betrayal, Ballister resolves to confront her, with Nimona pledging her support. The encounter between the four unfolds, with Ballister accusing the director of being the true culprit. However, before Diego's phone can reveal the evidence, Todd, under the director's orders, destroys it. Surrounded by knights, Ambrosius attempts to reason with Ballister to surrender. In response, Ballister commands Nimona to demonstrate her abilities, prompting her to transform into massive creatures to fend off the guards. Todd apprehends Ballister and assaults him, prompting Nimona to intervene, only to be ensnared in an electric net. Nimona transforms into a colossal dragon, defeating the knights once more. As a bus hurtles toward a girl, Nimona rescues her, but the girl perceives Nimona as a monster when she tries to communicate with her. Ballister rescues Nimona and they retreat home. Reflecting on their experiences, Nimona shares her pain at being labeled a monster, echoing Ballister's own plight as a perceived villain. Sympathizing with her, Ballister proposes a plan to expose the director. Ambrosius confronts the director in her office regarding Ballister's framing. She confesses to advising against Valoran's decision to knight Ballister, fearing deviation from tradition would lead to chaos, including the resurgence of monsters. Suddenly, she impales Ambrosius with Ballister's genuine sword, only for him to dramatically reveal himself as Nimona in disguise. Ballister, having recorded the confession, exposes the truth by uploading it online, inciting doubt among the populace about whom to trust. Following their triumph, Ballister receives a private message from Ambrosius, leading them to meet at a tavern. There, Ambrosius reveals a scroll shown to him by the director, depicting Glorith battling a monster with Nimona at its core. Accusing Nimona of manipulating Ballister for revenge against Glorith's followers, Ambrosius insists she is inherently good. However, they discover the director spinning a narrative portraying Nimona as the mastermind behind a plot against herself and Ballister, heightening public paranoia and distrust. Returning home, Ballister confronts Nimona about her true identity as depicted in the scroll. Despite her attempts to explain, Ballister insists that she is indeed a monster, deeply hurting her feelings and prompting her to flee. She finds solace in a familiar place, triggering a flashback to 1,000 years earlier when Nimona was younger. Seeking companionship in her various animal forms, she encounters another young girl, Charlotte Aldrich, who becomes her closest friend. Despite Charlotte admiring Nimona's shape-shifting abilities, their bond is shattered when villagers label Nimona as a monster, prompting an attack with torches and pitchforks. Nimona defends herself using her animal forms, but even Charlotte, revealed to be Glorith herself, ultimately perceives Nimona as a monster, urging her to return to the shadows. Overwhelmed by emotions, Nimona's transformation takes a darker turn. Nimona transforms into a colossal, shadowy figure, looming over the kingdom. The knights, led by Todd, attempt to pursue her, but Todd's resolve falters, causing him to crash into a billboard. Recognizing Nimona, Ballister gives chase. Meanwhile, the director plans her own counterattack, ordering the knights to fire a massive cannon, despite Ambrosius' warning of the catastrophic consequences. As Nimona is momentarily subdued, she approaches Glorith's statue, baring her chest in preparation to impale herself on the sword, feeling condemned by everyone's desire for her demise. However, Ballister intervenes, expressing his understanding of her true nature, witnessed by the entire kingdom. Overwhelmed with emotion, Nimona reverts to her human form and embraces Ballister tearfully. As the situation intensifies, the director's composure wavers, yet she remains adamant about firing the cannon. Despite Ambrosius's attempts to dissuade her, she unleashes her laser weapon, targeting the knights. Witnessing the impending catastrophe, Nimona and Ballister take action. Nimona transforms into a phoenix-like creature and flies towards the cannon just as it fires, resulting in the director's demise and seemingly Nimona's as well. Ballister mourns in Ambrosius's embrace. In the aftermath, the knights work to rebuild the kingdom, and Nimona is hailed as a hero by all, including Todd. Ballister and Ambrosius rekindle their relationship. However, Ballister returns home feeling a sense of loss for Nimona. He hears a familiar pounding at the door, reminiscent of Nimona's first visit, but finds no one there. Suddenly, a pink flash appears behind him, and he hears Nimona's voice greeting him. Overjoyed, Ballister exclaims, "Thanks for tuning in to our latest video. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your support means the world to us. Stay tuned for more exciting content. Until next time, happy watching.